Speaking of the real story of why we're hyping them up and giving them more publicity is Stafford came out of that, or it took him a week to come out of the chamber, and then he's back to practicing. And I'm glad we have you on here on Thursday because the final practice before the preseason finale. I'm sure you're happy about that, the finale of the preseason. But for going through a whole week of full participation, I think, Adam, what did you see from Stafford for the week one?
So, when he starts the first day on Monday, you're just kind of surprised he's there, right? Like they've done nothing to indicate that he's going to practice this week. So he's there, and you're like, well, the original plan was he was only going to do individual drills. So let's see him in the receiver line. Okay, he can throw. He can throw the fade. Like looks good. This will probably be it for today. And he's moving around. He's rolling around. Like he looks like he can move around a little bit. It was great. All of a sudden, he's doing 11 on 11, which is not something we expected from him. And he's moving full speed, and he looks like Matthew Stafford. He's delivering balls on a corner route to Tutu Atwell that no other quarterback has been able to hit all camp, that only Stafford can do. Things like that, where you just see him. He's got the power behind the ball. He's got the spin on it still. He's still catching up to reading defenses and coverages and pass rush and stuff like that. But overall, it looks like Matthew Stafford, and we talked to him today, and he seemed to be pretty happy with the results so far this week.
Yeah, Adam, let me give you one more Stafford question before I have Victor give you some questions about the roster and what to expect this season. I did see that tweet from or X, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I keep getting confused with
It's
that.
still Twitter. It's still
Yeah, Twitter. It's a tweet
it's
to me,
still
okay,
Sears
fine.
style,
But I really
right?
tried to get it right, Adam.
No,
You know what I hate to get behind the scenes for journalism is like every time we mention X, you have to put in parentheses or like formerly known as Twitter, and I freaking hate doing that. Or maybe you guys don't have to
no.
at those who register.
I feel like I still forget and just say on Twitter or tweeted
Okay.
or like I just can't. It's Twitter. Like I still type in twitter.com. I never will not. And it still works. So
It
here
still
I
pops
am.
up. Okay. See, these
Yeah.
are things that I care about, like making sure I got the name right of Immortal and making sure I got
Yeah.
the name of X or Twitter. Anyways, back to what people want to hear about with Stafford. The point is, I saw that video of Stafford throwing that touchdown pass to Devontae Adams, and Adams celebrated like, "Hey, no more passes from Jimmy G or Stetson Bennett. Let me throw up my hands here and have a good time for a preseason touchdown or training camp touchdown." And this I'll use this moment to talk about Devontae too, because I think maybe the Rams are really hyping up like, "Hey, we got Devontae," and I'm starting to feel like in fantasy football world, people are also buying into it.
Yeah.
So kind of a two-parter. One, I'm sure it's a good sign that Stafford went, 4 days in a row without having the back flare up or any discomfort. I'm sure that could happen. Who knows? And it's going to be a thing for the whole season, or maybe you disagree. But having him in camp, 2 weeks before the season to have that chemistry with Devontae, how crucial is that? And then what are you expecting from Devontae and that connection also on the other side of Puka Nakua for them being this trio here?
Yeah. So to touch on what you're getting at first, I asked Stafford about that. Like if you're still managing back soreness today. And his answer, first was just to deny, and then he kind of allowed it. Like, yeah, I am going to be managing this all year, just like I've managed a million different things over 17 years. That's life in the NFL. With a back, it's a little bit more concerning when you're managing something throughout the season, but it is what it is. He's Matthew Stafford. He's a warrior. If as long as he can go out on the field, he's going to. Um, as for Devontae, like that is definitely, I think, one of the bigger parts for Matthew getting back on the field. He knows every other receiver on this roster other than rookie tight end for Terrence Ferguson. But Devontae is a new guy. They started working together before OTAs, during OTAs, at minicamp, and that was definitely beneficial to them. And they've spent some time during training camp, Matthew watching on the sidelines and talking to Devontae and talking through routes that they're watching teammates running. And I think that's beneficial too. But Sean McVay said it today. There's no substitute for actually playing football, especially playing with someone else. So for him to get these reps for 2 weeks before they start game prep during the regular for week one, it's a big deal. Devontae is a different type of receiver than they've really had. He is a true X. He is someone who can stretch the field. He's someone who can win on routes. Like it's a different thing. He's going to make a lot more choice routes than a lot of other receivers that Matthew has worked with. Cooper, of course, did a lot of those things, but just in a different role, a different skill set, a different type of athleticism. And so it's a big deal for Matthew to get these reps with him so that he can form like what was supposed to be when they signed him, this three-headed monster of Stafford, Nakua, and Adams. And it still has a lot of potential, but it's good news for the Rams that Stafford and Adams are getting 2-3 weeks of work before they face the Texans.
Just to kind of add to that too, Adam, do you expect him to be ready to go week one, or what are your expectations for Stafford?
At this rate, the fact that he was able to put together a full week of practice, I think he will be. That's just pure speculation. He said it himself. They're day to day, they're week to week. Um, Neither Matthew nor Sean are trying to put a date on it at this point, but I think he's not out there working the way he's been working this week without an eye on